Hey there, I've been talking to you about the hunger, the hunt, and the feast, and today I'm talking about the hunt. What's the hunt? Okay, hunter-gatherers, think about it. They were hungry, they got up, they had a desire, they needed to eat. When they went out and they had to kill something, or they had to find something, and they had to bring it back. What do they do when they hunt? Let's think about it. They had to stalk something. First, they stalked it, they saw it, they had to chase it down. Then a lot of times they probably had to fight it, kill it, all right, do whatever they had to do to take it down. It's usually probably a pretty big animal, something they had to divide up because they're feeding a lot of people, right? And then they had to carry it back, okay? So there's some work involved. There's some explosive work. There's some speed work. There's a lot of fatigue involved in this. They're hungry. They're hungry. They're going into this because they're hungry. They didn't get up and have a bran muffin first thing in the morning, did they? No. They didn't wake up and run by Sonic for some sweet tea and some fried potato things. You know what I'm saying? They didn't go to Waffle House. Okay, they didn't go through the drive-through. They were hungry when they went after it. They were hungry. They had a desire. They had a need. Their bodies were hungry. Okay. Guess what they're burning a lot of when they're hungry and they're chasing something down? They're burning a lot of fat. They're burning everything they got. They're feeling fatigued. They're feeling burned. They're feeling lactic acid buildup. Okay, and that made them resilient. That made them strong. Okay, and while we don't have to go out and hunt, we've got food everywhere. Okay, unfortunately, it's really easy to be a human, stay alive as a human right now. Food is everywhere. Okay, we don't have to worry about being hungry. So all this fear some people have about, oh my gosh, I don't want to get hungry. I'm going to get hungry. What do I do? There's food everywhere. You pretty much, in a lot of cities, you can't go 100 yards without seeing food, right? There's food everywhere. There's food everywhere. You're not more than 15 minutes from food ever, okay? And you don't have to kill it. It's served with a smile sometimes by a rude teenager. But it's served to you, okay? Here's the deal. The hunt, I recommend your workout, the hunt, okay? It's explosive. It requires fatigue, okay? So it's strength, okay? Being strength training, maybe some sprints, some high intensity interval work, interval cardio, fasted, okay? Don't pre-workout. If you're an athlete, competitive athlete, and you're worried about performance in that sport, that's a different story. But most of us just want to get in better shape, fit in our clothes better, look better, maybe get a leaner. Guess what? We don't need a higher performing workout. We need a more fatiguing workout. We need something that taps into the fuel that we already have stored more effectively. And if you eat before you go in, you're going to burn that off before you can start tapping into fat, right? Insulin's up after you eat. You can't tap into body fat until that blood sugar comes back down. So we go into our workouts fasted. Okay, I unpack this more in my ebooks. You might want to download that, Restoring Your Edge. It's in my link tree. You might want to get that. And the emails that come through that, I explain that a little more thoroughly. But fasted workouts, the way to go. Again, blood sugar's down. Your body actually has the ability, you're not in the way, okay, of tapping into body fat as needed. Most of what you're using is glycogen stored in those muscles, but if you need fat, your body starts saying, hey, we're gonna run out, we need more. It's gonna start breaking down body fat. Plus, when you're fasted, there's more metabolic stress. Okay, metabolic stress is there's a lack of fuel for the amount of work you got going on. Okay, intense work. Lactic acid builds up. That creates more of a hormonal response for especially when you recover. That restorative hormone, the growth hormones, to grow that muscle, to help restore it, to hold that. There's a buildup of a lack of oxygen from the buildup of blood that gets caught in those muscles, okay, during the mechanical stress of that, okay? But with that mechanical stress of the workout combined with the metabolic stress of being fasted, low blood sugar, you get a lot more fatigue, a lot more stress on the body, which requires and creates a greater need for adaptation. What does that mean? It throws you out of your homeostasis, right? Throws you out of your current normal content state and puts you in a state so far away from that, so far into fatigue that your body has to work hard to bring it back. And guess what that means? That means adaptation. That means change. That's when you're going to start mobilizing fatty acids. You're going to release hormones that you weren't releasing before. Because I tell you something, as we get older, we get past 35, 40, 50. Okay, I'm hitting 50 next year. I'm going to hit it hard, guys. But we get this thing called anabolic resistance, which means our bodies don't respond to the same to anabolic stimulus that it did when we were younger. Things like our workouts. Okay, for instance, it takes a lot more work to get our bodies to respond, to get them to grow, to build muscle, to lean out, to see a change, to adapt. It just takes more stress. Okay, and we don't have time to spend 3 or 4 hours in the gym working out, do we? So let's a short, intense workout where you're fasted, so you've already got a little bit of pre-stress on the front end. You're going to fatigue, build up that lactic acid, and hit that point where it's like, okay, you're done a lot shorter period of time if you can go in fasted, keep the intensity up, and train into that fatigue. That's when I use rest pause sets, drop sets. Again, I unpack that in the emails that follow the ebook. But those are sets that I use to increase fatigue for my workout, so it's a lot shorter. I'm not sitting there waiting around for 2 or 3 minutes between sets. I'm going back to, I don't stop moving. I barely stop to breathe for 30 seconds to a minute. And my weight training's done. My hunt, about 25 to 35 minutes with some high intensity cardio on the back end. That's maybe another 8 to 10 minutes. I'm done. My workouts are never more than 45 minutes. Rarely. Rarely. Sometimes, like today, it was about 30 minutes. Weight training, I didn't do the high intensity cardio. I was out the door, I had to move on. We got things to do, right? We got people to take care of, we got businesses to run. We can't spend 2 or 3 hours a day in the gym. We can't spend 15 or 20 hours a week training, can we? But we want to be we want to have our fitness at an optimal level, okay, for our age. So go in, try it. Don't eat before your workouts. I'm saying do it before you even eat that day. Like I had my workout at 1 o'clock. I hadn't eaten yet today. Had not eaten anything. I had black coffee and water to stay hydrated. That's it. Go in, fasted. First thing in the morning, definitely you gotta do it fasted. Go in, hit it hard, hit the fatigue. Yes, it's harder. Whether you're doing cardio or weight training, it's harder. It's tougher. Guess what that means? It means you're tapping into your body's energy resources even more. If it was when it's easier because you're eating, you're just burning off blood sugar. What's the point of that? What's the point of just burning off what you just ate? Okay, how does that make you leaner? It doesn't. It doesn't. Tap into what you've got stored already by not feeding yourself first. Doesn't that make sense? Okay, doesn't that make sense? Go in hungry. You'll want it. It's a desire. It's going to take some time to adjust. It might take a couple of weeks for you to get used to that. When you do, you'll hit it hard, hit it strong. It won't take as long to fatigue. You'll be done sooner, and you get a lot more out of it because your body will respond anabolically, a lot more adaptation because of it, because I had to work harder to get through it. I'll be back in a couple days to talk about the feast. Talk to you later.